can probably tell I was raised on the street. Coronation, represent, you know what's up. I was born in a small town called Greenwood in England, in Nottinghamshire, where Robin Hood is from. And I lived there till I was 11 years old. Everything was stable in my life. I was the captain of the football team, soccer. I was a pretty smart child. I took an IQ test when I was 9, and they said I had a pretty high IQ, so they wanted me to join Mensa. And if you guys know what Mensa is, it's like an organization for smart. Don't Google it. I Googled it the other day. www.mensa.com is not that size. They are not master of that domain, so just be careful. I was even in the world of entertainment, or like modeling. When I was 2, my parents put me in a pageant, best looking kid, I don't know what it was called technically, and I won, had a badass bow tie. And I defended my title the next year as best looking toddler. I peaked very early. Everything was good. And then when I was 11 years old, my parents say, okay, we're moving to Spain now. I was like, okay. Out of left field, but sure. Now, to be honest with you, I don't remember too much about that first move, but I can remember lots about the 21 moves I made since then. I moved 21 times in 22 years. I moved to Spain first. And it was cool. My dad sold his company, and he wrote his book, and we were homeschooled, and we just went swimming in the Mediterranean a lot of the time. I got a really bad ear infection, but whatever. It was good times other than that. It was good. And then all of a sudden, just before I turned 13, my dad's like, okay, now we're moving to Canada. I was like, okay, I've heard of that. I don't really know too much about the place. The only thing I knew about Canada was I went to Epcot Center when I was a kid, and we have a video. I know there was lots of Mounties, I know there's lots of snow, and I know the Prime Minister is some guy called Wayne Gretzky. That's all I know. That's all I know about Canada. But my dad's like, you don't need to worry, everybody's super friendly, everything's great. I'm kind of nervous, I'm shy, I can talk on stage, no problem. But with individuals, I'm a pretty shy individual. But when I get there, I realize I didn't need to be shy or nervous, because Canadians are the nicest, friendliest people you could meet. I made friends right away. It helped out that this was 1997, so Austin Powers had just come out in the movies. And all the people at this school in Quebec had never seen a real live English guy before. So they're like, do it. And I would do the worst Austin Powers impression you've ever heard. Do I make you horny, baby? It was almost so bad. They were loving it, it was killing. It was like, yeah, it's so good. I don't know if it was I think it was more the teeth that were so on point. People make fun of my teeth all the time. I don't mind, I use Sensodyne, so it doesn't bother me. But anyway, so I made friends there, and everything was great, and then towards the end of that year, we moved again. And I went to another school, and everything was great, and I moved there with friends. And then we moved to another school, and then that school wasn't as great. You know when you go to like 6 different high schools, sometimes you're the cool kid, but all of a sudden you're the loser kid, and you're like, what is going on? Why do these kids not like me? I'm a cool guy. But I remember I got to one place, and people were pretty mean, and it helped. I had a bad ear infection too, so it was like, it was gross and it smelled bad, so people would call me stinky, which is not a cool thing to have, but whatever. And I remember the first day of this, I went to a new school again, and I'm feeling very down, I'm feeling sorry for myself, which is, in hindsight now, I'm just being a baby. But I come in the middle of the school year, it's media class, and the substitute teacher, he doesn't care, he's like, just work on your project that you're working on. I have no projects on my first day, so I go to the computer, I email my friends at my old school, oh, this is lame, I don't like it here, people are dumb. And then the vice principal walks in, says, David, are you aware that that TV is broadcasting to every TV in every home's room in the whole school right now? And I said, no, Mr. Vice Principal, I'm not aware of that. But I am aware why people don't like me at the school now. So thankfully I moved to a different school after that. And then in the end I went from Quebec to Ontario, and how the credit system works. So I couldn't have enough credits to get into CEGEP, but I just got in because they let me take physics without the class. I'd study the book, get in there. So I was in John Abbott College, and I was taking business administration, and I was taking drugs, and it's not a good mix. And then my family moved to BC, decided to go to BC. And also at the time, I was in college, I was taking business, I wanted to get into a career. But I couldn't get into college in BC because I didn't have the credits in Ontario to move to BC. So, in the end, this is when I first started writing jokes for the first time. A lot of stuff was going on at the time. I'd write jokes as like an outlet to... Because at the time I was all like upset and angry and confused. I tried to run away from home one time. I was at the top of a mountain. It was a place called Souk, BC. If you ever look it up, don't go there because it Souks, big time. It's in the middle of nowhere, literally at the top of a mountain. I tried to run away on my bike. My bike hit a rock. I flipped over, landed on my back, broke both my wrists. It was, so I had to come up. In the end, at the time too, I was all fighting with my parents because I wanted to go to Oakville. It was one of two schools back. There was a girl there, and I promised to take her to the prom. I said, I will take you to prom. And my friends had chipped in, they got me the ticket, they chipped in for the limousine so I would come. And all I needed was permission to go to Oakville to take Andrea to the prom. But they would not let me go to the prom, so I was like, I'm so angry, I tried to run away. So in the end, I didn't take Andrea to the prom, and she never even knew. I never even got a chance to call her or tell her, so I felt so, imagine how bad I felt to ruin a young girl's prom. My family ended up moving to Australia. I moved back to England by myself, and I was working in there. I got a job at a restaurant because I had no education. I started working in this pub called the Hertz. Like a year later, making a treacle sponge in the kitchen. I look through the window and I see at the bar, there's a girl at the bar. And she looks familiar. And I call up the bar from the back kitchen phone. I said, hey, bartender, that girl you just saw, is she Canadian? And she said, no, she's American. I was like, I'm pretty sure, in the middle of the town called Ravenshead in England, that's not American, that is the girl I stood up at prom. And it's because years later she went on a random vacation and went to visit her grandmother who lived in England, and we went for a ride in the countryside and stopped at a random bar and walked in and got a treacle sponge, and that was the place where I was. And she had no idea I was even in the country. It was like the weirdest thing. So that's why it was one of those moments when you realise like everything happens for a reason. I got to meet with her and explain myself and apologise, and and I was like, every way where you are, there's no way you can be. There's where you're meant to be. Is what I believe. Like things happen, you're in that place at the right time. You may not realise it till later. And because in the end, I actually ended up moving back to Canada. I was like, all I knew is I wanted to do something myself. And I started writing these jokes and how can I perform. There were no places to perform in Niagara, so I drive to Hamilton, I drive to Burlington, 3-4 nights a week for years and years. I finally got to showcase at Yuck Yucks for Mark Breslin. Went up, did my set in Toronto. Didn't have my greatest set, but it was okay, it was pretty good. I got an email from Mark Breslin, said, unfortunately puns don't work in stand-up comedy clubs. I was like, okay, there's another person telling me what I can't do. So if you're not going to give me an opportunity, I'll make my own opportunities. So when I started comedy rooms around here, nobody would give me a talk show, I started my own talk show. Nobody would put me in a movie, I made my own movie. Nobody put me in a festival, I started the Garden City Comedy Festival. So Mark Breslin can say that puns don't work in stand-up comedy clubs. They do work at the Great Fruin Theatre last week, they work at the Scotiabank Convention Centre, they work at the First Ontario Performing Arts Centre. So, like, no matter what happens in your life, no matter what things can come and get you down, and people can tell you can't do things, but as long as you stay true to yourself and true to what you believe, just, eventually you'll get to that place where you're meant to be, guys, and just make sure you enjoy it when you do, and thank the people that got you to those places in the first place. But thanks so much for listening, guys. Thank you for sharing your stories tonight, guys. It's honestly so inspirational to me. Hope you enjoy the rest of the evening.